Go.
Greetings everyone, Monkey4 here, and welcome. Here's Miguel. Welcome back to his Pokemon Valley playthrough post commentary. And with here, he just finally now got a Soul Legendary.
Yep. A Bomanda. Which is called Salamence in
Salamence.
English. Bomanda. Yep. But besides the point, this was supposed to be a Blissey, but you know, I don't like walking that much in this video game. It takes too long to do it.
Like you're already traveling so much. You're pretty sure by the time you would have got to this point, you would have had a max friendship with it.
Actually, no, because you can't be on your bike, I think.
Not true. Other games you can still be on your bike.
Other games. I don't know about this game. It was taking too long, and I'm pretty sure I walked the required step count to do it. Typical of other games. But that's besides the point. This actually was cool, so I'm showing it off.
What the treasure chest?
Yeah, the treasure chest.
Pokemon.
Yep.
Yeah, the mimic Pokemon.
Yeah,
I don't like Gimme Ghoul.
Yeah, Korekure was cool.
It's just the fact that you have to get 999 of those according to Evolve it is annoying.
So I understand why it's the thing, but who came up with that decision? I want to know who in development said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make our players go through some ridiculous fetch quest. No. I'm not trying to do that.
And here's the thing. The Pokemon it evolves to, it's actually pretty good.
You ever notice how, what's it called? Whenever the camera switches angles in this, the lighting goes to hell?
No, I haven't.
Pay attention, the lighting goes to hell for a few frames and then it gets fixed.
Huh.
Now,
like
the
I
wall
said,
behind the trainer, for example, is an example of it.
No, I didn't notice. And other thing, the evolution Godango is actually a pretty good Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, now I see it.
Yep. And that happens pretty much for most of the wild battles in this game, which is why it annoys me a bit. Lucky for you, you're not seeing all the wild battles, so you're not noticing it.
And the catch rate on this thing is
pretty bad, actually.
Was it always this hard? Then again, the one I caught was a lower level.
Level barely affects catch rate. It does a little bit, but not too much.
And oh, Thunder Wave.
Yep. No, yeah, Denjiha, yeah. So, if for anyone wondering why there's an H on the Ultra Balls, that's because they're Hyper Balls in Japan.
Well, I always wondered that.
Yeah, it's because they're called Hyper Balls.
Why did they change the name then?
Well, I mean, Great Balls are just Super Balls in Japan. And Pokeball is Monster Ball.
Well, yeah, but why change the name of this one if it doesn't make any sense with the design?
Because they felt like it, honestly.
You could have named this somewhere else with it, like... Yeah, I got nothing.
So what you're about to see me do is a very famous glitch that speedrunners use to take all of the gyms out of order. And let's just say that it saves so much time, so I'm going to be exploiting the hell out of it. And it's not really cheating considering I have most of the Miraidon upgrades anyways. All this does is save time.
If you say so.
Yep. And here's another instance of the level curve being ridiculous. You see how my Pokemon just shot up in levels?
Yep.
Effectively, what I started doing is I just started walking around pressing R whenever I see a Pokemon.
Oh.
Yep.
And how long does it take for them to get to that level?
Well, to go from 35 to 50, it took about 20 minutes.
Yay.
That is unheard of in the previous games. I didn't think about that during most of the runs, so starting from here onwards, the game gets much easier. Oh, and I finally learned why they got rid of skirts. in the design menu.
Why?
You'll see. Look at that rendering issue. Look at that. You see the screen flicker there?
Yeah.
It's because of camera angles like this one.
Anyway, so what? Because you can move the camera down. Oh.
Yep. That looked so awkward.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And now you're now at the 4th Team Star base.
Yep. Although I think this is supposed to be the 5th one you do canonically in terms of the level differences.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the fighting
Wait,
one isn't
actually,
as strong.
you're right.
This is actually the one I did last during my first playthrough.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I did this one last too. I did Airy 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Airy actually KO'd me.
So you straight up lost in this game during a non-challenge.
I told you I lost to Larry in the Elite Four.
Yeah, but you also lost to a Team Star member. That's crazy.
It may be easy, but not everyone has not everyone does the R strategy because we weren't aware of it at the time.
Yeah, I didn't do that during my first playthrough. This is the first episode where I start doing it. I didn't know that mechanic existed until this episode, effectively. So it's not the R strategy.
Alright.
Also say hello to Fire Arrow.
The what?
He's called Fire Arrow in Japan.
Pattern Flame.
Mm-hmm. It's called Fire Arrow.
Pattern Flame.
Yeah, it's okay. We know.
Okay.
I still find it funny. I believe it's the German version of Pokemon, but I believe Gyarados is called Skullkraken.
Skullkraken? Isn't that a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
I don't think so. It might be one, honestly.
No, it is. Shark uses it during the battle against Yuma.
Cool. But either way, I know that the name Skullkraken came out before Zexal. So there's one translation of Gyarados where he's called Skullkraken.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Skullkraken is a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Cool. Also, why is this old head in front of the Team Star building? Okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
He's apparently the mentor of the boss here.
Oh, right, because Inugaya. That's the name of the old guy, by the way. Because, right, this is a rich kid. I'm pretty sure that all of Team Star is just rich kids at this point.
Yeah, and they still get bullied.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes you wonder what kind of bullies are they that bully rich kids?
You'll be surprised, actually. But you're surprised that the bullies weren't taken care of in another way.
Oh no, because we learned in the backstory that the old headmaster before Clevo tried to hide it.
Yes, because he doesn't want his school's ranking to go down. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So basically like the real world.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want your ranking to go down because if your ranking goes down, you get less budget allocated to your school.
Please don't tell me you're defending. Please don't tell me you're actually defending schools covering up bullying.
I'm not defending it. I'm explaining why it happens.
Okay, good. No, let's end it there before it gets worse.
Holy shit! I just. It's shocking how quick you are to anger. It really is.
Dude, when it comes to bullying, I kind of have a long history. I might not talk about it.
Okay, that's not a problem, and it's not just that; it's in other things too.
But you're still talking about it.
No, I'm not talking about your history. I'm talking about just you as an individual. It's shocking, really, and this happens in pretty much every series we record.
Yeah, and the fact that it's still shocking to you is shocking that you still get shocked by me.
No, it's not that I'm shocked. It's shocking in terms of...
I feel like at this point you should know by now.
No, I do know by now, but I'm so curious. I really am. Like, what causes that?
Okay, on to the guy. Is it a guy or a girl?
Ortega, I believe Ortega's a guy.
Okay.
I might be wrong though, so don't take that one too seriously. Yep. Also, I would like to point out we never see these characters get bullied, so we don't even know what's going on. And that is
I mean, every we don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening.
I'm aware that it's not happening, but this is also a story, and in a story you're supposed to have this thing called show don't tell. If we actually got to see the bullying, I think it would be more impactful. Because we never get to see it, I have no, you know, reason to sympathize with any of these characters.
Yeah, you don't. Everyone else does.
Not everyone else. There's a lot of people who didn't like this game. And a lot of people also didn't like this game for the story. You see, the thing is, the majority of people still talking about this game.
Everyone who says these stories suck.
The majority of people still talking about this game are the ones who actually enjoyed the game in the first place. So if people didn't like this game, they're probably not talking about it today. Most people who didn't like this game did not buy the DLC. And because of that, you don't hear their opinions anymore. They just kind of left. A lot of them actually left during Sword and Shield, but more of them are leaving now. And at this point, the only people left are the people who still like the series, even for how it's been. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of people just won't come back to it. But then again, you know, the Pokemon Company doesn't really care because these are the games and not the merchandise, which is their big seller. Truth be told, if the games fail financially, it doesn't truly matter because all the merchandise makes up for it. And even then, the games haven't failed once. They've all been, you know, these high earners, with the exception of Black and White 2. And don't get me wrong, Black and White 2 was still a commercial success. It just wasn't as successful as the other ones.
Okay.
Yep.
What was that?
What is what?
I just had something smack in the background.
Nothing smacked.
I definitely heard it smack.
Maybe it's in your place, because I didn't hear anything. Weird. Okay.
So.
This truck. It doesn't look very nice, honestly. The other trucks look better.
Not good in pink.
It doesn't look nice in pink, honestly. It really doesn't. You know. I mean, all the modifications. I don't think any of the Team Star trucks, just as vehicles, look good. They look good from a boss design standpoint, but that's about it. Okay, you would not catch me driving one of these things, unless I absolutely had to.
Are you kidding me? I'll absolutely drive these things.
Like in an actual street.
Wow, this is taking a while. Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh, the picture this, it wouldn't be illegal on streets.
No, it wouldn't. Yes. You question people who don't like the story, but have you ever thought to think of it from their point of view?
What do you mean?
Because I understand completely why some people like this story. I don't like this story, but I understand the argument behind why people do like it. Have you ever thought, because you like this story, the argument about why people don't like it? In other words,
I still know what you mean.
Have you put yourself in the shoes of someone else?
No.
Why not?
Just because.
Okay. So, in other words, it's a singular worldview to you. You don't take other people's worldviews into account sometimes?
It depends on the situation.
Okay. Is this why you're vehement on calling me wrong whenever you can during this series?
Maybe, I don't know.
For someone who claims to be able to empathize, you seem to demonstrate a lack of it. Truthfully, what happens is that this truck fight is so long and so boring. Remember, all of these have been sped up. Could you imagine if we were watching these at the regular speed?
Well, it was easy for me, but I think that's because I actually brought poison type Pokemon since I kind of already knew this guy was fairy.
I honestly just forgot what everyone was in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Not having a guide kind of screwed me over.
Also had Tinkaton.
Tinkaton is cool.
Yeah, it may have a lot of attack, but that one move makes up for it.
Yes, it does. Most definitely.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Tinkaton. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have played this game. I know what Tinkaton does. That's besides the point. We're almost done with this thing.
Meanwhile, it keeps using a move that we'll never be able to get.
Yeah, Reverum. I forget what it's actually called in English.
Yeah, no, it's called a Reverum.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but when the boss fight always use that torque move that's different for everyone. We don't actually unlock that.
I see.
It is a boss only move.
Did you see the lag when I retreated Dugtrio there?
Yes.
What is causing this lag?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you think of the Team Star boss theme?
Oh, the song itself is pretty cool, but after a while it gets on my nerves.
Because because you hear it over and over after you try to kill the guy.
It just goes on for it just doesn't have enough of a chorus. The loop is too short. But we'll get to the loop when we do the Elite Four. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Memory Lake. Because you'll get to hear me explain why I think that the Memory Leak thing is arguably better than what we got, but they don't do anything with it. But then again, that's because they weren't intending on ever doing it. Okay.
Oh yeah, here, but apparently the other thing here, apparently this rich kid is also an engineer.
There is no reason for these kids to be bullied, honestly. It doesn't make any sense. Who are these bullies? We never see them either.
I'm not sure I'm curious. Who is that bullying, especially Eri? Look at her. She looks like she can kill.
Okay, that's not where I thought we were going with that. Yeah, so it makes me question the validity of their statements sometimes. We never actually see the people bullying them.
That's what I'm going with it. Like Eri is a seriously tough-looking kid, and yet she's being bullied. Who are these bullies that can bully her?
You know, I want to go full on game theory and hypothesize that the bullies never existed, but I don't have any basis for it because there's no proof of it in game.
Okay.
But if I decided to really take my time, I could probably make that argument because we never see them.
So maybe Cabo did actually being a good principal and expelled them.
Well, that's never stated. In fact, when
he took over.
When the students when it was explained in the story, it's explained that Team Star chased them out and they dropped out of school. The actual bullies. But we don't have any record outside of the Team Star statements.
Okay.
So my question now is, where in the region can we find these so-called bullies? Nowhere.
Well, maybe they left the region.
See, the problem
is... After all, it said it was 2 years ago.
I guess, but the problem I have with the Pokemon story is the fact that they are so hell-bent on being rated E that they can't do too much with their narrative.
Even though they've done a lot of dark stuff in rated E games already.
It was the 90s and early 2000s, so that was more acceptable. Remember, post-2015 was global mass... How should I put it? It's the era where people started to get really offended at damn near everything.
In Gen 5, we saw the ghost of a little girl who died in her sleep.
Yeah, and Gen 5 was also 2010, pre-2015 era. Pay attention to games that came out in 2015 after. You'll notice that they're a lot safer than pre-2015. Okay, I'm willing to bet that if this came out on the GameCube, they would have gone more in depth on the bullying.
Maybe.
I'm willing to bet they would have actually shown it and given us a reason to actually care about the Team Star plot. Because right now, I honestly can't. It's really not that intricate.
Yeah, maybe don't you.
You know, part of me does kind of dislike how, you know, the game industry has made a turn in the post Xbox One PS4 era. Because
What do you mean?
I swear standards used to be higher in everything except graphics. People used to care more. Okay, I'm willing to bet that if this game came out in 2006, it would have been lambasted on the level of, say, 06. Because back in 2006, games were actually supposed to be finished on release and working functionally. This game does not do that. Okay, I'm willing to bet that yeah, I'm aware. But here's the thing. If 06 came out today, bugs and all, I don't think there would be anywhere near as much backlash as you think there would be. As there was back then. Because the standards have changed. Considering Cyberpunk 2077 actually got good review scores before the patches, that tells me what I need to know. Okay, Cyberpunk 2077 is more glitchy than Boom. It's more glitchy than Gen 1.
I'm aware.
And yet, you know, it got high score. So I'm still standing by the. I really don't like saying this, but I really do think that for the most part, not every time, obviously, but for the most part, I think games used to be better.
Okay.
I could probably even give you the exact year where games were at their peak. It's 2011. 2011.
Okay.
What do you think? Before I explain, what do you think is the best era of games?
I don't know, during the PS2 era.
Okay, PS2 era was pretty goated. What did you play during PS2 era?
Let's see. Crash 3. What else? Jack 2. What else? I know I played other PS2 games than that.
That's it?
It was a long time ago. No, I definitely played more. It just, like I said, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that. Like, could you honestly tell me that 2022 and 2023 were excellent years for games?
Guess not.
Yeah. So my point probably does stand that older games tend to be better. Not always, though. I'm talking the best of the old games, I think, are better than the best of the new games. Between the worst of all of them, then yeah, the old games definitely have worse bad games as a whole.
Alright.
That wasn't the editing. That was actually the game just hard cutting there. I don't know what happened. Look at the screen. I'm going to show you something funny. Ta-da!
Sledding!
This sledding is horrible, by the way. Look at the screen.
Okay.
Which one of these looks more fun to you?
I guess I'll sick.
Yep. It's so slow in this game. And it controls terribly. I don't understand how people actually were saying that the physics for this one were actually okay. And a lot of them were actually the same people who criticized the 06 sledding physics. It was genuinely baffling. So
yeah, this was not good snowboarding.
Yeah, my point stands. Games from the 2000s to the very, very early 2010s are better than games in this current generation.
You would say so.
Well, could you give me an argument for that not being the case?
No, but I also can't make arguing for that. What that is being the case.
Well, I can make the argument because I'm going off of just metrics. If we're going off enjoyment, that is always personal, so I can't
I'm
use
just going
that.
off, and I'm just going off by whatever you say.
Damn. This is
That's
a
it.
man.
That's
This is a man.
people have taken to the internet. Femboy.
Okay? It's still a man,
That
right?
is a yes.
Yeah. Grusha here,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if nothing else, I guess Grusha looks warm.
I guess. Yeah.
What's his name in English?
I think it is just Grisha.
Okay. You know, at least the NPCs aren't suffering from slowdown.
Yeah, I know it's the same. Grusha.
Yep. Good.
Grusha.
Okay. Gurusha. Okay, the same
Dun
thing.
dun 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 dun.
What? Okay.
I was just doing it with. I was just going with the song.
Oh, okay.
People clapping.
I see.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know any of these Pokemon that Grusha's using. Could you explain what they do?
Okay, this is Frostmoth. It's basically like an Ice Pokemon from Gen 8.
And it accomplished nothing.
So, yep. Next, we got. Let's see.
Haru Gujira. Which is... What is this thing called?
The Titan.
T-Titan. Okay. And what is he good for?
No, what?
What does this guy do?
Let's see. The Titan.
Okay. And what does he do?
He's a land narwhal.
Mm.
He also has thick fat, so he's actually resistant to fire despite being an ice type.
Noticed.
Yeah, he's basically the defensive wall.
I see. Okay, this has to be one of the laziest towns in the entire series. It's a gym and a Poke Center. Nothing else.
Maybe.
Maybe. What's lazier to you then?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just saying. For this to be the quote-unquote final gym, this cannot be that good.
What about most of our hometowns, like Little Road or Pallet and such?
Well, at least there's more than one house. So I can't even say that.
I guess.
There isn't even a house here.
Next up is
Soon Bear. It's just called Soon Bear, really? Okay. Beartic is just called Soon Bear. I like that.
and yeah, Beartic. It's basically, well, I just say it. Beartic is a polar bear with a freaking icicle mustache.
And
not a mustache, a beard.
You're gonna notice a trend here of Pokemon just not accomplishing anything.
Okay.
Now we have Chilterus. What is this thing called in English?
Let me see it first.
Altaria. Except it's not dragon type, so I can use this. You see, this is part of my issue with terrestrialization. I think that they should have terrestrialized into a type that counters their weakness.
You think so?
Yes, because then they would actually make it so you can't just bring one type that counters it and just sweep. Because it turns into ice, the Altaria, which is historically a difficult Pokemon to deal with, just became easy to deal with.
Okay.
I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I kind of like terrestrialization. I find it okay.
Well, yeah, terrestrialization
and it has some, and it has a lot of uses.
Yeah, but I'm talking about how it's implemented in the single player.
Yeah, mid late it could have been done like Mega Evolution, but we could have gone after a certain gym instead of right at the beginning.
Well, not even that. I mean, how the only trainer in this game that actually implements terrestrialization well is Nanjamo. Everyone else, no, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Iono is the only character to actually do it properly.
Okay.
I mean, we've already technically beaten the 8th gym leader just out of order. Why do you praise this game so far?
As I said before, I do generally like it as a Pokemon game. The open world experience, while not perfect, it's still new and was fun to explore. So I did like the story, unlike some people, and overall, I just think it's a game that could have done a lot better, definitely a lot better, but still has some good moments.
You sound like every 06 defender, I swear.
Like you.
Except I can actually back up my defense with more than just the basic ones. I can actually give you technical reasons for why I like 06. You don't give a single technical reason. You just give a generic, feeling reasons. Because if I ask you on the story, like as a story, like in terms of how it's written, is it written well? Because personally, based on how I've been seeing the story, it's not really written well. It's disconjointed. Not disconjointed, disjointed. It's sloppy in its execution. It can be done out of order. And the pacing is however you decide to make it. If you play it as intended, the pacing's alright, but otherwise the pacing is all over the place. And that's how I see it. As just the story by itself, what makes you like the story?
Which one?
Just the story of the game. What makes you like the story of Pokemon Violet?
Which one? The three stories.
However you want to slice it. Okay, then just tell me what do you
Fine.
like about each story, according to you.
The story with Namona and going into gym leads. Oh, it's okay. Basic Pokemon challenge. It's all right. Story 2 about taking on the about what we're talking about again. What has happened in story 2? I was with Team Star. It's nice we can at least fight these guys and maybe also technically kind of help them get back on the right path, whatever that was. And then we actually don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
Sorry, sorry. I'm starting to keep. So after again, I'm starting to feel a bit groggy.
You're tired?
Keep talking. I'll get back to it.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
I'm gonna keep talking. That's fine.
But after it again, I answered about. Wow. Oh wow. It is bad than I thought.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll keep. I'll stay up. I'll stay up. I can keep going.
Wait, is this about your health or is this about the story? Like, are you okay
with my health.
physically?
I'm just. Yeah. Okay. No. I'm sorry. I'm fine. Sorry. I was doing this. I think I'm doing this lying on my bed for comfortable, and I think that's what getting me a bit tired.
You're lying on
I'm
your
laying
bed
down on
right
my
now?
bed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's comfortable just sitting on a chair.
I'm on a chair.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Ask your question again.
Okay. Narratively, what does the story of Pokemon Violet do that makes you like it? And how does it separate itself from other stories? As in, how does it do the story, but better than anything else? What makes you really like this story as opposed to other stories?
Okay. What I really like about this story is how it's able to tell different stories, different stories about different characters that seem different, but all intertwined with each other in a way, and but we still get in depth about the characters a bit.
So
With Mamona, I'll admit that her story is the weakest of them, because she's basically here as a trainer for the rival. And like I said, she did lose some point when she went with the starter weaker than ours. But still, it was nice to get to see her more, see how eager she was to battle, and why she's always going for the top. Penny story, Team Star. Look, I don't know why you don't like it, but I felt a lot with Team Star. As it's probably just me because like I said, how I have a history with bullying. I guess they just connected with me about that because I could like somewhat connect with them, seeing how bullying when gone to when not being unchecked can lead to certain situation like that. So I was able to connect, or at least sympathize with all of them. Even if we don't see the bullying, the fact that they mention it, bring it up, is enough for me at least. And then Arven. I, I'm kind of biased on him because I know the feeling of losing a dog. So the fact that all the stuff he goes through, the fight he has the fact that the fight in Pokemon just to heal his dog, and he goes through with it, meant a lot. And then there's the whole issue with his father, or mother, depending on the game, which is a whole different thing. But I just like all of the stories, which and all then came together for Area Zero.
Okay. So then, okay,
What?
just hypothetically, just something. Let's segment these stories again, and then compare them to other sorts of media. So, what makes the Nemona
I rather
story?
we don't.
No, because why?
No, look, fine. You want my answer? Fine. Compared to stories in other media, fine. They're not that compelling. But I don't care about other stories. I don't want to compare them to others. I just care for them as they are now. No need to compare them.
I guess there's no need to compare them, but it's more of a
No,
case of like when you've seen other things, and not just in media, but also in real life. It gets to a point where you notice that there is a lot of things lacking with this story, and it detracts from the experience.
maybe for you, but not to me at all. If I feel like anything, it brings up a lot more for me.
I guess, but one thing I did notice is that for in the case of the button and pepper story, it was the fact that you relating it to something else. But as standalone stories, do you think they hold up?
Honestly, yes.
Okay, that'll be all for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anything you want to say, David, before we go?
Uh, no, I don't think so. I think pretty much I said all I did.
Okay, have a nice day, everybody.
Sign off,